What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for clicking on this video today. If y'all new to the channel, like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe like always. It'd be very much appreciated. But today, we got to talk about the transfer market. Now, I know the transfer market closed about a week ago or whatever, but I was thinking about some content I want to do because obviously there's no Premier League games going on right now because the international break is going on. So I was thinking about, some content I could make. And I was like, you know what? I know I talked a little bit about the transfer market while it was going on, but I haven't really talked about the closing of it, the day of the closing, and the new transfer that happened since then, right? So that's what we're going to do today. We're not going to only talk about Arsenal's transfer. We're going to talk about a bunch of other transfers. So yeah, first of all, let's talk about the team who literally made every single transfer possible, which is Chelsea FC. I'm not going to lie, bro. They spent a bag and a half getting all these new players. I don't even remember all the players that they got from this transfer market, but obviously there's some big ones that they had, which was João Felix coming in. Jadon Sancho, who was also like a very surprising one. They also got who else? Pedro Neto. You know what I mean? So a lot of signings. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of signings. And I'm just here like, damn, bro. Like they trying to bring this whole thing around, because they haven't been playing well at all recently. Last two seasons of theirs have been very bad for them. You know what I mean? And it's crazy seeing such a big club like that being on the ground like that after winning the Champions League. Not too long ago, honestly, but. It's so funny to me because they're doing all these transfers. But I'm telling y'all this, bro. It's not going to change nothing. I don't think they're going to get top four. If you haven't seen my last video, when I talked about my top four prediction, I had Man United over them. You know what I mean? But it's looking a little shaky, you know what I mean? Because ever since the transfer window, there's been two other games. It was like two other games that happened since the transfer window. Or maybe it was just one. But Man United lost again. They lost 2 games in a row. But Chelsea are also not doing well either. But both teams are in the mud. And it's crazy because they did mostly all the signings in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Because Man City, they didn't really get anybody other than Savinho, who is also doing pretty well over there. Liverpool didn't really get anybody except for Chiesa. Now, Chiesa, this could be a steal for them if he plays well. But obviously, he's not the same as he used to be because back when, the last Euros and everything like that, he was really, really good, right? But he got an injury. He came back and he hasn't really been the same. But, going to this new team might be the change that he needs. I think, what do they get him for? Like 15 million? Bro, that's a steal. For Chiesa, if he does well for them, that's a big steal. Man United also makes some big transfers. They got De Ligt. They got this other guy also that came from the same team, Bayern Munich, who plays right back or left back. I forgot his name. But it's all crazy because obviously the manager is Erik ten Hag. He used to, be the manager for Ajax when they're a huge thing, when they beat Real Madrid and everything like that. So it's looking like he's trying to bring the team back again because he has Antony already. He just got De Ligt, that left or right back. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but he also played for Ajax. He's doing all these transfers, but like I said, for Chelsea, it doesn't look like they're going to be anything super scary. You know what I mean? They just lost to Liverpool bad, 3-0. I watched the game. They got smoked, bro. There wasn't nothing there. They also got that new striker. He did well in his first game, scoring his debut. But I guess he doesn't know what team he went for because Man United, if you didn't know, Man United right now in the mud. So we'll see what he does, but I don't know. It ain't looking good for Man United as a whole. So now let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about my team now, Arsenal FC, and about their transfers that they made and the people they brought in and the people they left out. Coming into this transfer market, I was like, yo, this might be a huge one for us because we're just coming back from another second place spot, losing just by like 2 or 3 points to Man City, right? Obviously, we all know that. So I'm like, we're right there. We might need just 1 or 2 more players that could really fix this team and get us to the finish line. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking like this summer transfer window needs to be huge for us. We need to go out and get us a quality player. And for me and a lot of Arsenal fans, we were thinking, we need another quality goal scorer. You know what I mean? To get us in those games where we just need, because there's always going to be those games where we're not going to play well and we can't just get a goal in, but we need that one striker or one goal scorer who can, even if he's having a bad game, he can have one of those sloppy goals and we win the game. You know what I mean? So that's what I was thinking. We can get someone like that, someone who's a goal scorer. So the whole June, I think it was, I didn't really hear nothing much about transfers or anything like that. And then July came and then I finally heard about the first transfer, which was Calafiori. And at first I was like, okay, left back, center back, another defender. For our first transfer, this could be good for us. You know what I mean? More depth in the back, so it could be great. I didn't think our defense was really the main problem throughout these last 2 seasons of getting second place because, last season we had the least amount of goals scored or conceded in the Premier League and everything like that. We have the best center back in the world. But I was like, you know what? Getting Calafiori, that could be good. More depth. And our left back is our weakest point in the back line. So I was like, you know what? This could be good. Then I really wasn't hearing much, because that signing was stalled for a while. And I was like, okay, so are we getting the ball rolling or something? What's going on? And then we found out that Mikel Moreno is also another great signing that we could get. But that was another one that was stalling a lot. It just felt like there was a lot of stalling in this transfer market with Calafiori and Mikel. So it was just like, okay. And even that too is like, none of them are attacking players. So I'm just like, all right, what's going on now? Like, I get it. We're trying to, get more depth, get all this stuff. But, and I'm not saying they're not bad players. They're quality players that can really help us. But it's just like, we still need some attackers. So we finally got Mikel Moreno on the team and everything like that. It was great. But then some stuff was going on because now it was August, right? That's when we got him. Yeah, August. And I was like, okay, this is the month. The end of this month is the end of the deadline. So then I started to get a little confused because obviously we had some people leaving the club. You know what I mean? One of them was Ramsdale. Now, Ramsdale, it was tough to see him leave like that. You know what I mean? Because he's a great goalkeeper. He really helped us out. And the first time we got second place. But I could see that it's a business move. You know what I mean? We already have our number one keeper. Why keep this guy with this quality as our backup? You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, you got to do what you got to do. But it did hurt because Ramsdale is a great keeper. He did so good for us. And it was tough to see him leave. Then I started seeing other attackers in our team leaving, which was Nketiah. And then out of nowhere, Reece Nelson. Oh, and Emil Smith Rowe too. So we just lost 3 attackers. And we weren't really planning on getting anybody. So I was like, all right, what's going on? And then we basically lost 4 attackers too because Gabriel Jesus was hurt. And that dude is, I'm sorry, he's very injury prone. You know what I mean? That knee, it doesn't look like it ever recovered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we basically don't have him either. So that's another attacker we lost. So now I'm thinking like, what are we doing? We just lost all these players. We need attackers. We need people to come off the bench who could really make a difference. And it was so frustrating me. It was, I don't know. And look, I might be wrong. I don't know the whole full story. Please, if y'all know, let me know. But this whole time, throughout the whole transfer window, Osimhen was trying to find himself a new club. A great quality striker was trying to find himself a new club. And obviously the talks was either Chelsea or Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, is Arsenal not even interested in this guy? Because for me, I would be like, let's try to get him. But maybe his wages were too high. People were saying he's too expensive for us like that. But I'm like, bro, we just played Champions League soccer. We just sold some players. You know what I mean? We're a big club again. You know what I mean? So I'm like, surely money can't be the problem. You know what I mean? A lot of other people were saying because of his ego and everything like that. Maybe it might be the truth. I really don't know, but I don't know. I don't know if Arsenal were ever interested in this guy. You know what I mean? But it's like, dude, he's right there on the table. Let's try to go for him because he's a goal scoring striker. He did very well when Napoli got first place that one time. You know what I mean? So I was like, can we try to go for him? But then a few hours before the deadline, the big news came through. We finally got an attacker that I'm a little mixed on about, and that's Raheem Sterling coming to Arsenal. Now, obviously, that's good for a reason because more depth in the attack, and he plays right wing. Saka also plays right wing, and we were all the Arsenal fans were so concerned about Saka playing every single game of the season because we know that's not good. You shouldn't be able to play all the games of the season because you're just going to get yourself hurt like that. You know what I mean? So I was like, we need someone to, be his sub that could be quality and everything like that. So at first it was Reece Nelson. And let me tell you, Reece Nelson does some great stuff in the club. You know what I mean? But Raheem Sterling over Reece Nelson, I'm fine with that. I think Raheem Sterling is a great player. You know what I mean? When he went to Chelsea, obviously he declined a little bit. But I think it has to do with the club. Chelsea right now are in a weird stage. and they're not playing football together. You know what I mean? So you can really lose confidence like that. So like I'm a little mixed about this transfer only because I don't know what he can bring, right? Because obviously, if we look at him back in Man City, great player, very good player, right? Won a lot of things for Man City, but it's like then he had that downfall. Can we bring him back to that state of him being a great player again? And obviously, we've done it many times. That's the only reason why I'm not saying this is a bad transfer. It's because we've done it many times where we brought in some players who were already on the downfall and we brought it back. Obviously, my first example is going to be Kai Havertz. We did that for him and he came back and look what he's doing for our club. So I feel like we could do the same for Sterling, but at the same time, it also looked like it was just a desperate thing to get him because it was like, yes, we need an attacker now. And we really didn't calculate this one. We're just like, all right, he's literally the last person we can get. So let's just bring him in. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Raheem Sterling is a great player. I'm not gonna say that he's not, but it's just that, are we gonna get the best out of him? We just gotta see. But I have hope in it. You know what I mean? Raheem Sterling is a great player, and I think he could do good for our club. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting seeing him play. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's not gonna start every game because he plays in a role where Saka is. Maybe he might be playing on the left too because our left side is a little bit weaker with Martinelli not playing as well. Trossard plays good at times, but I don't know. He always plays better off the bench. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird on our left side. So maybe Raheem Sterling can play that left side, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, those are all three transfers coming in. Calafiori, which has played half a game. He hasn't played a full game, but he's looking really good. I like the way he plays. Very composed on the ball. He's playing our left back position, which, like I said, was weak. So he's doing really good there. Mikel Moreno, oh my goodness. I'm fuming about what happened to him. If y'all don't know, he is out for 2 months. I think it was 2 months I heard, but it's because he fractured his shoulder in training. It's super unlucky, but it happens. You know what I mean? So it's going to be tough, because I'm not going to be able to see him play in a little bit, but I'm sure when he comes back, he'll be able to provide a lot for us. Then Raheem Sterling hasn't played his first game either. I've seen some videos of him training with the Arsenal. So, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. My last question I should ask myself, because obviously coming into the summer transfer, I had a lot of hope. Was I satisfied? No, I wasn't satisfied. I would say I'm not satisfied just because I don't think we really got a very good quality goal scorer on our team. I'm not fully satisfied, but I like the transfers we got. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to be optimistic about it. But it was a little frustrating because all the stalling that was happening with Calafiori, Mikel, and I'm not going to say Raheem because we weren't even going for him. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a little frustrating, but we'll see how it plays out. You know what I mean? We're a great team. We just got to go for it now. We got to try our best to finally beat Man City. This is going to be tough again because obviously Liverpool are looking good again. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, obviously. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how our new signings do. Other than that, I really had nothing else to say other than thank y'all so much for watching this video. Like always, if y'all new to the channel, like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to keep making videos like this. The Premier League is back. Obviously not for this week because international break, but the Premier League is back. So I'm going to keep making videos about it. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.